floor. Let's welcome in Congressman Scott Fitzgerald of the state of Wisconsin. He's joining us right now with a little bit more on what's going on. Congressman, good morning. We had you on to talk about CRT and Merrick Garland and what's going on there, but as happens sometimes with live television, events take place. So if you wouldn't mind, take us through what we can expect this morning in the House of Representatives, when we'll get an actual vote on this bill. We know that one Democrat, Jerry Goldman, is a no vote. We need 3. If there are 3, the bill would not pass. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. Take us through what we can expect today.
Yeah, no, I'm not hopeful either that there's going to be a couple more votes there. But, you know, what we saw last night was Leader McCarthy kind of took it upon himself to carry the torch. I thought he did a really great job of delivering the message in many different ways. But, you know, this is the bogus Build Back Better bill. It's just become evident that the lies that have been kind of thrown out there over the last 3 weeks by the President of the United States and the Speaker of the House were completely verified with this thing is not paid for. It is not paid for. And, you know, I just heard the Speaker 20 minutes ago on the floor of the House say that, you know, once again, doubling down on the idea that, you know, instead of talking about the bill before them, they go back to, you know, bills that had passed under Republican leadership in the past. And it's this is going to be disappointing, I think, today. Because there's just so many different items that the American people are just unaware of.
Yeah.
And it's just a bad piece of legislation.
Well, the big one for me, of course, is the almost $100 billion being allocated for the IRS. And I just don't think everyday Americans are aware of this because you just don't spend your time focusing on something like this. But there's $100 billion out of $1.75 trillion that would basically hire thousands of new IRS agents to audit everyday Americans who they think might be getting creative with their taxes. That should catch anybody's attention. What'd you make of that?
Yeah, think of it. I mean, 80,000 new agents is enough to fill any football stadium in America. And the bottom line is, what they do is it's a little bit of an accounting trick, right? They say, oh, if we hire these new IRS agents, they're going to force more Americans to comply because we're going to dig deeper into their actual taxes, and then that's going to result in more revenue. Well, you know, you've got to go through a lot of different gyrations to make that work. And basically what the CBO is saying, no, you can't necessarily count on that revenue.
Right.
And so it creates a hole before the bill even passes. And,
well,
and not only that, but the scrutiny on the American public is something that I think people are going to be very upset about.
And this creativity, by the way, this is a bipartisan thing. You remember when John Kerry was in the mix for the presidency in 2004. And then again, he was part of the conversation in 2008. He tried he had a big sailboat, big, beautiful sailboat. And this is why people sort of, you know, labeled him an elitist. He tried to have it moored in the state of Rhode Island for tax benefits instead of the state of Massachusetts. People get creative with their taxes. Doesn't mean they're breaking the law, by the way, but nobody wants to get audited. And Joe Biden, to your point, wants to hire 80,000 IRS agents to audit everyday Americans, and that's how they plan on paying for a portion of this bill. You talked about the cost of this bill. We know it's not a zero-cost bill. The CBO, the Congressional Budget Office, came out with their report earlier than we expected. It was supposed to come out late today. It came out yesterday. They confirmed the bill is not paid for. Now, I will say, the CBO is not batting 1,000. They've been wrong before, but typically they're right on. And they say this bill is not fully paid for, like Joe Biden has been saying for several weeks now. What'd you make of that?
Yeah, we started to hear some discussions Monday, Tuesday of when this was going to be rolled out. But, you know, Representative Brady did a really good job of briefing the conference earlier saying, you know, he's been doing this a while, and he looked at it and said, I still say the CBO comes out, even if it's Friday, late Friday afternoon, and they're going to say that it's not going to be fully funded. Right. And he was right. I mean, he was almost right on the mark with kind of the number that they were casting around even earlier in the week. So, no, between not being funded and the other thing that truly should be alarming to everyone is this is granting amnesty. You know, we started talking about this a month ago, saying that it's a backdoor, it's underneath the table, people aren't going to understand how this works, but there is going to be amnesty granted to thousands and thousands of people that are here illegally. And you know, to stuff this in a bill of this size and then talk about it as it's needed to you know, reform America. Yeah, it's going to reform America, but not in a good way. I mean, you're going to see literally many illegals that are just going to, with the swipe of a pen, be legal now, and it's a troubling thing that's in this bill.
It really is. 1.7 million, according to the Border Patrol, have crossed over illegally in the last 10 months. We are on pace for well over 2 million by the time Joe Biden hits the one-year mark on January 20th, 2022. Question for you, and this is just, I'm wondering when it comes to the arithmetic here. Jerry Goldman, Democrat from Maine, is a no vote. We know that. Quinnipiac, and the timing on this was fascinating, came out with a poll yesterday. Joe Biden's approval rating right now, 36%. Donald Trump was not at 36% until after January 6th. Okay, he was at 34%. That's the lowest that the 45th president got. His aggregated number is right around 41%. Joe Biden, the point I'm making is this is unbelievable how quickly he's dropped 20 points in less than a year. Do you think that there are Democrats who are looking at the races taking place in their own districts in 11 and a half months could say, look, I got to be a no vote on this because I'm trying to win re-election next fall?
Yeah, not in a partisan way. I'm just telling you that being around politics as long as I have been, there are absolutely members of Congress on the other side of the aisle that will not be back the next term. And this may be the nail in the coffin. This bill is absolutely something that is not going to be easy to sell when you get back home. And I don't know what Speaker Pelosi has promised some of these moderate members, but you know, it better be something that is politically very helpful.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, this is the type of thing that when you get back home in front of the Chamber of Commerce, good luck trying to explain it.
Well, she can't promise them their seats in Congress, for one thing.
Nope.
Who knows? Maybe she's promising the job of vice president because Kamala Harris's hold on that seems to be tenuous at best right now. Congressman, great having you on. We appreciated it. We'll keep a close eye on what happens today. Keep us posted. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, Rob.
All right. Coming up on Wake Up America this morning.